Good day everyone, and welcome to DFN Shana Sports, a place where we offer the best recipe. Today I'm going to teach you how to make your favorite egusi soup. Yeah, your favorite egusi soup with pounded yam. I know you're going to love it, but first of all, just click on the button, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.
So to start, I'm going to go ahead and boil the meat. I'm using goat meat and beef for this recipe, and I'm going to season this with salt, onion, some Knorr seasoning cube, and a little bit of water. I'll cover this and allow to steam for about 5 minutes. In a separate pot, I have shaki and pomo, and I'm going to season this the same way I seasoned the beef, and I'm going to cover this and allow to cook until soft. It should take about 45 minutes. I'll check on the beef, and after it has steamed a little, I'll go ahead and add a bit more water and allow this to cook until soft. This should take about 20 to 25 minutes, and while the meat was cooking, I went ahead and prepared all the other ingredients, which I'll be showing you in a bit. I really like to prep all my ingredients a day before, especially when I'm filming, because it can be a bit tedious. So here I have some smoked fish that I've added hot water to. Cover and let this steam for about 2 minutes, and next I'm going to debone and clean the fish. After doing this, the next step will be to prepare the egusi, which is the main ingredient of this dish. And you can find egusi in any Nigerian or African market. It's usually called egusi or melon seeds. I'm going to blend this in a dry blender until it's completely smooth. You can also blend egusi in a traditional blender by adding a little bit of water or meat stock. You can also use a food processor if you have that. I am going to blend this in batches as my dry blender is quite small. I'm using a coffee grinder. The brand name I think is Crops, and I'm going to link this in the description box below. I'm going to transfer this into a bowl, and I'll add a little bit of the meat stock from earlier, and I'm going to mix this into a smooth paste. Next, I'm going to blend the peppers, and that will be all for prepping the ingredients. To start with the soup, I am going to transfer the palm oil into the pot. I'll allow this heat up for a few minutes. Next, I'm going to add in onion, iru, and crayfish. I'm going to fry this for a couple of minutes. And if you don't like seeing iru in any of your meals, you can go ahead and blend that with a little bit of water and add it after you add the peppers. I've added in the blended pepper now, and I'm just going to give this a good mix. Next, I'm going to season this with a little bit of salt and some beef seasoning cube. I'll give this another mix, and I'll allow it to fry for about 10 to 12 minutes until it's a bit dry. After a few minutes, I'll add in the rest of the meat stock. You can also add in a little bit of water if you don't have enough meat stock. I'll give this a very good mix. Next, I'm going to add the egusi paste in little chunks. And I'm going to do this until the egusi paste is completely exhausted. If you like your egusi lumpy, this is the crucial point of the cooking. Just cover this for about 15 to 20 minutes on low heat and allow this boil. The longer it boils, the lumpier the egusi is going to be. You can check it from time to time, making sure that the water is not completely dry, and it's okay to add a little bit of water. I left mine for about 15 minutes, and as you can see, most of the water has been absorbed by the egusi. I'm going to go ahead now and add in the proteins, which is the dried fish, the boiled meat, and also the shaki and pomo. I'll add in the rest of the meat stock and a little bit of water, and I'll give this another mix. Depending on the texture you like, you can just go ahead and break apart the big clumps of egusi to suit your preference. And if you like your egusi with big lumps, be sure to mix carefully at this point. At this point, I like to taste and adjust the seasoning if needed. Luckily, I didn't need to add salt or any other thing. I just added a little bit of dried pepper to make it extra spicy. Giving this a quick mix, and next proceeding to add in the vegetables. And my favorite vegetable to use for egusi soup is uziza leaf. If you haven't tried uziza leaf in your egusi, you don't know what you're missing. I would suggest you give it a try. I'm 100% sure you're going to love it. Next, I'm going to add in some fresh greens. You can use spinach, kale, ugu, whatever you prefer. And I'm just going to give this another mix and allow to cook for a few minutes, and the soup is going to be ready. And like I mentioned earlier, all the ingredients used in preparing this dish is going to be listed in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. After about 5 minutes, the egusi soup is ready and it looks perfect. I'm going to serve this with pounded yam, which I think is the best pair with egusi soup. And if you want to see how I make my fuss-free pounded yam, you can keep watching. For the pounded yam, I peeled, rinsed, and cut the yam into smaller pieces. Added some water, and I'm going to cook this for about 15 minutes until it's fully cooked. And for anyone interested, my beautiful pots are from Caraway Home, and I have linked them below in the description box. I'm going to transfer the cooked yam now to my food processor. You can also do this in a yam pounder or a stand mixer using your paddle attachment. I'm going to process this for a couple of minutes, stopping at 30 minutes interval because the yam is hot, so you need to let the food processor rest so it doesn't blow a fuse. And I'll do this until the yam is completely smooth and we have our fuss-free pounded yam. I'll transfer this to a plastic wrap, and this is completely optional. This is just to give the pounded yam a nice finish. Just leave this for about 1 minute or until you're ready to eat. Now I'm going to serve the pounded yam with the already made soup. And there you have it, guys. This is how I make my fuss-free pounded yam and delicious egusi soup. If you enjoyed watching this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you have any question concerning this recipe, and I'll be more than happy to respond to them. Again, thanks so much for watching, and thanks to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, and I'll see